everyone, how are you all doing? A very beautiful Wednesday to you all. It's a beautiful day here in Houston, Texas, and we are so thankful to be alive. For those of you who are watching me for the very first time, my name is Adeze Adana, and I proudly represent Royal Place Ministries International, a ministry that has the mandate to impact the kingship mentality and banish the slavery mentality. All right, and we have our headquarters here in Houston, Texas, and our church is situated at 3505 South Dairy Ashford Road, Suite 296, Houston, Texas. Our zip code remains 77082, and we are blessed with a major prophet of God as our presiding bishop, a man who teaches you to be your own prophet, a man who teaches you to know God for yourself, a man who doesn't say, "Thus saith the Lord," if God has not spoken, a man that teaches you the undiluted word of God. Listen, if you want to know God for yourself, you want to be able to hear God by yourself, you do not want to keep running around looking for one prophet or the other, you need to stay connected to our presiding bishop. He comes on Facebook Live every Monday through Fridays at 6 o'clock, all right, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Fridays, for Hallelujah Jesus, Command Your Day. And it's a 1 hour of powerful inspirational teachings. You do not want to miss it. I would encourage you not to miss any of these live videos. And I'll also encourage you to make sure that you invite your friends and your family. All right, his page, okay, you can find him on Facebook as Bishop Blessing Samuel on Facebook. Please note that the only Bishop Blessing Samuel that is official on Facebook is the page that has over 90,000 followers. Please do not accept any friend request from any page that that has his name, Bishop Blessing Samuel, if that page doesn't have a followership that is above 90,000. All right, and you can also find him on Facebook as Blessing Samuel. He does not send friend requests to anyone. He does not request for money in your inbox. So please do not part with your funds. If you are confused or you need more clarification when you get this sort of request, please feel free to inbox me or call 765-586-1648, and I'll be more than happy to help with your questions. All right, so every time you see me on Wednesday, it's time for Inspirational Moments with Adeze Adana, an inspirational timeout, okay, that is powered by Royal Place Ministries International. Okay, and today we are talking about something that is going to bless you. All right, and I always say this: you do not have to follow the things that I share on my videos, but I promise you that if you follow whatever I share on these videos, it will bless you. Most of the things I share are based on my experiences, based on the word of God, and based on reality. All right, so to today's topic, find these things before you find your spouse. Find these things before you find your spouse. Marriage is a very beautiful thing. When I see people go through so much pain in marriage, or people who are dealing with so much trauma in their marriage, my heart goes out to them, because that is not what God created marriage to be. God's original design for marriage was for it to to complete you. All right, marriage is not supposed to destroy you. It's meant to be a blessing to your life. All right, and I always say something, okay, marriage is something that everybody desires, but few people really want to pay the price. Few people really want to do the hard work, all right, to experience the beauty in marriage. Every marriage you see comes with hard work and right decisions, and I guarantee you, your life or your destiny is going to be hugely impacted or influenced, all right, or altered by whoever you decide to spend the rest of your life with. So it's not a child's play. It's not a decision you just take lightly. Marriage is not a decision you take just because this person looks good, this person looks smart, this person, sings well, or like my bishop will always say, oh, this person is, looks very, very well packed and everything, six packs and all of that, and you think that is what is going to make a good husband. No. Marriage is beyond that. When you understand that your marriage is going to hugely affect your destiny, you will understand that it's not a child's play, and you will want to make sure you get it right. Okay? You want to make sure you dot your I's and you cross your T's. So today, find these things before you find your spouse. A lot of us are praying, Lord, give me a husband. Lord, give me a man. Lord, give me a husband. Give me a spouse. Give me a wife. And you do not find these things. And now when that spouse comes, it becomes a problem to you. Or you destroy it, because when the value of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So it is important, it is crucial to find these things that I'll be listing right now before you find your spouse, before you start searching for the one, before you start searching for your life partner. As you're trusting God for a life partner, you need to fix these things. Number one, finding healing. A lot of us are carrying baggages from the past. If you have a baggage from the past, if you have not completely healed from a past relationship that probably broke your heart or that probably hurt you, listen, when you find your spouse, you will carry the baggage onto him. When you do not heal before you deal, I always say this, you will bleed on people who did not hurt you. You will not be able to enjoy your new relationship to the fullest. You will not be able to choose the right person. Because listen, if you are still hurting from your past, then whoever you're going to attract into your life has the high tendency to be the wrong person. Because right now you are in an emotional, you are actually an emotional wreck. And this man sees you and sees, oh, okay, this person is not, this person seems to be going through some emotional trauma. Let me just use this opportunity, okay, to use her to take advantage of her emotional state, okay, and get what I want. So when you are in that state, when you are not properly healed, when you see a man who comes to tell you, oh, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that, or starts to say some positive things to you, you quickly accept such a person, because you are dealing with, a rejection that you have not been able to heal completely from. So this particular man walks up to you, and at the end of the day, you say yes to dating him, and before you know it, he starts to abuse you emotionally, mentally, and you just find yourself stuck to this person because you are emotionally dependent on this person. Remember, I said finding your healing. That's the first thing. You need to be able to heal so that you will not be emotionally dependent on anyone. Because the truth is, when you're emotionally dependent on anyone, you will always attract the wrong set of men into your life. Most times, women like this attract narcissists into their lives. He's going to look all sweet and loving and everything, and then you just allow him into your life because you've not been able to heal. And so you're still, you have like an emotional drop down, and then this man comes into your life, gives you like, a false belief that he's going to actually be there for you, but he's not actually there for you. Narcissists love people who depend on them emotionally. So they know that you're emotionally dependent on them, and then they start to inflict, mind games on you, and they start to control you. And before you know it, you're in an emotionally abusive relationship again. Something that is worse than what you actually left. So I always encourage people, find healing before you decide to go into any relationship. You need to be able to forgive yourself for whatever it is that happened in a past relationship, so that, you don't reject yourself. Because when you reject yourself, then you're going to also attract the wrong set of people into your life. Because the kind of people you'll be attracting into your life are people who would see you as an emotionally dependent person. So you really want to find healing before you think of, finding a man or finding a woman. If you're dealing with a past relationship, you lost that relationship, deal with the unforgiveness in you, deal with the bitterness in you, fix those things. Let God work in you and through you. Because if you are still in that bitter state, you're still unforgiving, listen, you will go into a new relationship with a great guy and you will still be talking about the past. Because you've not been able to heal from your past. You've not been able to let go of your past. You will start to bring your past baggages into this new relationship. And at the end of the day, it messes up the relationship. Nobody wants to be with a woman who constantly talks about her ex. Constantly you're talking about this man. In your sleep, you're talking about this man. Or you're a man, you lost a relationship and you're constantly talking about this person. Before you know it, you're so bitter and you're so vengeful. And these things are a big turn off to any prospective spouse. And if you're an unforgiving person, you will always attract the wrong set of people into your life. So heal before you deal. The second thing I want to talk about is finding God's love. Finding God. A lot of us want to, get married. We want to be loved. We want to feel loved. Everybody really wants to be loved. Even beneath the people who say, oh, I don't believe in love and all of that, they still feel the need to be loved, the need to be wanted. Nobody wants to feel like nobody wants you. And because people feel the need to be loved, and they have not learned to find that love in God, the God kind of love, they have problem with love. And you cannot give what you do not have. What you have not truly experienced, you are not going to be able to give it to your spouse. So you need to find God's love. And by finding God's love, when you meet your spouse, you will be able to express the God kind of love to him. Not this earthly kind of love. I posted something on my page that said, listen, if it suddenly goes from intense love to intense hatred, it was never love. A lot of people think they love, but they do not know what love is. When you see a woman become so vengeful to destroy a man she once claimed she loved, that woman never loved that man. She just loved the benefits that man was giving her. She probably loved the attention, the money, the influence, the exposure, whatever it is that she was benefiting from that relationship. That was what she was in love with. Because if you have the God kind of love, God does not seek to destroy. If you know what the God kind of love is, the agape love, it's a forgiving love. And in marriage, you're going to be needing a lot of forgiveness. If you're a woman or a man who deals with unforgiveness, you have no business getting married. Please stay single for the rest of your life and enjoy yourself privately. But if you must get married, you have to have the God kind of love, which is a forgiving love. A love that seeks to serve, not a love that wants to be served. A love that gives rather than thinking of receiving all the time. A love that gives more than it desires to receive. A love that does not want to see you hurt. The God kind of love will not turn from intense love to intense hate. Just you just check it out. How many times have you offended God, and how many times has God attempted to kill you or destroy you? God has the power to do and undo with any of us. Really, God doesn't need us. We need him. But despite the fact that he knows that we need him, he still wants to love us as a father. The agape kind of love. The love that wants to see you do well. So you need to know this love. You need to experience the love of Christ. You need to know God. You need to experience the love of God. When you're able to experience the love of God, then when your spouse comes, you'll be able to extend the same love to him or her, because you are not going to be able to give what you do not have. How can you say you love and maybe your spouse offends you and you go ahead, you start breaking things, you start destroying his equipment? If you're a woman, you go mad, you start cursing him out, you start saying nonsense about him all over social media, and then you people have a quarrel, the whole social media knows about you, about the issues you're having in your relationship. You don't protect this man, or you don't protect your wife, whatever you guys, whatever disagreements you people have, it's all over everywhere. Everybody knows it. Everybody's in your business. This man or the woman makes a mistake and you're exposing this person everywhere. Or you feel like this person has hurt you, and then you want to kill this person, you want to destroy this man, you want to make sure he loses everything completely. Listen, that is not the God kind of love. The God kind of love is not a love that wants to destroy anybody. It's not a love that wants to bring anybody down. So if you claim, oh, I love this person, and then certain things about this person that you feel, okay, I can use this to destroy this person, and you go ahead to destroy a man or a woman you once claimed to love, or you once told the world you loved, or told your family members you loved, you don't know God because you don't know love. You actually don't know what love is. And I prove it to you. I point it to you that you don't know God. Because if you know God and you know the God kind of love, you will not be a vengeful person. If people offend you, leave it to God. It might look like, oh, this is a cliche statement or whatever. No. If you truly have experienced love, it doesn't matter what this person has done to you. It doesn't matter. Listen. Choose to let them go. Choose to let them go. Especially this person has not killed you. This person didn't terminate your life. There are some cases that are really delicate, where you will need God's grace, really, to forgive. All right? Now, 2 wrongs never make a right. 2 wrongs can never make it right. Yes, there are special cases. And if there are those special cases, they are handled with the wisdom of God. But we're just talking about basic, okay, you and I are dating, and all of a sudden, there is a problem. We can no longer be together. Yes, it hurts. But if you truly love that person, you're not going to seek to destroy that person. Because that is not what God will do. Most times when you backslide, God doesn't destroy you. God gives you a long rope, right? He gives you a long time to come back to him. He tries to show you his grace and mercy. He tries to do loving things to you to show you the love of a father. That is way beyond whether you want to listen to him. Most times you commit sin, God still blesses you. He still saves you from an accident. He still protects you. Because that is who he is. He is love. He does not desire your destruction. So if you have not experienced God's love, you do not have any business asking God, to bless you with a spouse. Because if he blesses you with a spouse, when this person, commits a crime, or let's say this person offends you, you will not be able to forgive. You will not be able to extend grace to this person. So if you don't know how to extend the grace of God that comes with understanding the divine love of God, you have no business getting married. You need to fix this. You need to find the love of God before you even think of settling down, because you will be a disaster to whoever marries you. That means that whatever that man does wrong in that relationship, or the woman does wrong in the relationship, you will seek for the destruction of that person, or you will seek for payback. You have a vengeful spirit. No, if you have the love of God in your heart, you will not be vengeful. Number 1, find healing. Number 2, find the love of God. Number 3, find yourself. Find your value. Love yourself enough. Who are you? Do you love who you are? If you don't love who you are, you cannot love the person God is bringing into your life. Like I said, if you've not experienced how to love yourself, you will not be able to give that same love to that person, to your spouse, because you cannot give what you don't have. If you don't appreciate yourself, you don't admire yourself, when your spouse comes, you will find it difficult to appreciate your spouse or admire your spouse. So you need to find yourself. You need to love yourself. Love everything about you. Whether you look this way or that way, love everything about you. The things you can change, if you have the money to do them, why not? But don't change those things because you hate who you are. Do them because, okay, I have the money to take care of these things, to do 1 or 2 things, to make me look good. Don't do it from the point of view that, I hate this thing about myself, so I want to change it, because you're going to keep changing everything about you. till you end up looking like a different person entirely. And you will still not like you because you've not dealt with the real issue, which is loving yourself. Finding yourself. Can you enjoy your own company? Who are you? Do you enjoy being with you? If you don't enjoy being with you, you can't enjoy being with somebody else. So you need to learn to find yourself. Love yourself the way you are. There's so many things about me, that sometimes when I look at them, I'm like, God, you should have added this side, you should have added this side, But I have learned to love myself, what's and all. I have learned to love myself. There are certain things that I would have really, really loved to have, in physique and everything. But I mean, if God created me this way, it means that God believes, in me. He believes this is his best creation, and that is exactly what I am. And so I rock my body with pride. I rock even, all my whatever, with pride, whether I have scattered teeth or not, or nice dentition or not, I just rock it the way it is. I don't go stressing myself over those things because I love myself. And if you love yourself, it will show, it will radiate, and you'll be able to attract the right set of people into your life. You'll be able to attract people who equally love themselves. But if you do not love yourself, you will attract users, people who will just come deceive you, use you. So you will attract the wrong set of people. And also, if you don't love yourself, when you now marry a good man, you will destroy that marriage because that marriage will not be filled with appreciation, love. Same thing for the men. If you marry, if you don't love yourself, you marry a woman, you won't be able to express your love for her. You won't be able to love her. You won't be able to genuinely love her. All right? So you need to find yourself. I said, number 1, find healing. Number 2, find the love of God. Number 3, find yourself. And number 4, find your purpose. A lot of people don't even know why they are here. And the worst thing you want to do is to find your purpose in marriage. Because if you find your purpose in marriage and the man is married to you already, you find your purpose in marriage and your purpose does not correlate, with your spouse's purpose, then there will be, there'll be a clash of interest. Okay, so it's either you forget your purpose, all right, and focus on the marriage, or you let go of the marriage and pursue your purpose. In a situation whereby your spouse is not, aligning him or herself with your purpose. So you need to find your purpose. Why are you here? What have you been created for? What does God want from you? What are the things that you were born to do? God doesn't have mindless creations. There's a reason why you are here. If you want to be a doctor, pursue it. You want to be a stylist, pursue it. Whatever your passion is, those things that you do effortlessly. Don't do things because everybody is doing them. It doesn't work like that. Some people feel like, if I begin to do things the way this sister does it, then I'll attract the right man. No. That sister is pursuing her destiny. You need to pursue yours. You need to find your own purpose. In finding your purpose, you also find yourself. What are the things you want to do with your life? There are so many things you can do with your life even before the man comes in. So when he comes in, the man that will be coming into your life, will be somebody that will align with your purpose. So when you're trying to pick a spouse, you ask yourself, is this person aligning with my purpose? As a man, you know where you are heading to. Then when it's time to pick a woman, you ask yourself, is this woman aligning herself with my purpose? Does she fit into my destiny? Can she run with me in this vision? Can she run with me in this purpose? How passionate is she about this vision? How willing is she gonna be to run with me in this vision? Same goes for the woman. You do not want to find your purpose after you are married. When you find your purpose before marrying, it will help you. It will guide you, in the selection of your spouse. So when you find your purpose, it's gonna be easy for you to know who fits into that purpose. So you're not just gonna be dating mindlessly, dating without focus. You know what you're looking for already. You already see this person. By the time you're having a discussion with this person, you already know whether this person aligns with your purpose. You don't want to be with somebody who is going to make you struggle in your purpose. If this man is not comfortable with you, being a medical doctor, or comfortable with you working, and you love to work. Now, if you don't know that you love to, you love probably taking jobs that will take you outside town, you don't like to stay in a particular job for so long. If you don't know that about yourself, okay, and you go ahead and marry a man and then discover that about yourself in the marriage, it's going to be a big problem. But if you know that about yourself, as you're trying to select a man, you will know, okay, this person, understands that this is the kind of life, or this is kind of destiny I'm pursuing, or this is what I am pursuing. Okay, and you will find out whether whatever it is you're pursuing aligns with his own purpose. So if it's not aligning and you're not willing to sacrifice it, then you just don't go ahead with that relationship. You don't waste your time or waste your years. All right, so I have mentioned at least 4 of them. There are a lot of things you need to find out before finding the one, but I decided to share these 4 major ones with you all, and I hope that somebody has really been blessed. Listen, you do not want to miss it in marriage. You really do not want to miss it. If you're a man of purpose or a woman of purpose, you don't want to marry the wrong person. The wrong person can set you years backwards. You don't want to make the mistake of being with someone who doesn't align with your destiny. You don't want to make the mistake of being with someone who has not healed from their past. You don't want to make the mistake of being with somebody who doesn't know the love of God, because you'll be having major problems in that relationship. Any mistake you make, you will be made to pay for it. So please take note of these things as you're trusting God to find a spouse. And just as you're praying to God to send you a good man or a good woman, also work on being a good spouse. Don't just be asking God, send me a man, send me a woman, and you're not working on yourself. That will be very unfair to whoever you want to spend the rest of your life with. So find these things before you find your spouse. Till I see you again next week, Wednesday. Stay beautiful, stay lovely. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media handles, on Royal Place Ministries at Gmail. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Royal Place Ministries International, on YouTube and Instagram, Royal Place Ministries International. If you feel you have any inquiries, or you want to find out more about our vision or our mission, please do not hesitate to send us an email at royalplaceministries@gmail.com. Do not hesitate to call 7655861648. We are also on we're on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Please make sure that you're following our page. Then, please do not forget to follow Bishop Blessing Samuel. He is on Facebook, he is on Instagram, and he is on YouTube. Remember, find these things that I have mentioned before you find your spouse. God bless you till I see you next week, Wednesday. Stay beautiful, stay lovely, and I remain Adaeze Adanna. God bless you all.